I'm Tricia Petzold. I'm a family physician from Salt Lake City, and I grew up in Michigan, and so that was my connection. I used to ride my bike to support less cancer, and I have an integrative medicine clinic now, but I actually teach integrative health at the University of Utah to the medical school, and I have a 4-year curriculum where someone can come into med school and learn how to treat diseases. At the same time, they can come and learn how to prevent and learn what the root causes are, and the whole person health piece that sometimes gets lost, or all of the time gets lost in our siloed approach to medicine these days. And so somehow along the way, I've been teaching culinary medicine at the University of Utah since 2018, and I brought it up with Bill, and he said, let's see who's in Traverse City who wants to do that. And we got to meet Jake and started talking about, well, wouldn't it be fun to sort of get people together and talk about food, but eat it and enjoy it, and talk about not only the nutrient benefits from it, but all the social aspects of food and the connection aspects of food. And then I met Paula at the Teaching Kitchen Collaborative, which is I don't know if there's 40 or 60 members across the nation that come together and say, how can we really teach food as medicine in a practical way, not just teach scurvy in medical school and say, okay, we've taught you nutrition, but really say, how do you bring it into the clinic and help people move from point A to point B? But anyways, so this was just a fun opportunity, and I'm so thrilled for this interest in you all being here. So what I thought we would do is we pre-made, actually, Jake pre-made a lot of this delicious food, and so we'll talk about that. And while we were on the phone, they said, well, I love hummus, but you'd never make it. I said, no, you should make it. Fresh hummus is so brilliant and so delightful, and it takes about 5 minutes, and it's easy to clean up. And so they said, prove it to me. So I'm going to make hummus in real time here while we're eating. I'm going to make two different hummuses. One is a sweet potato hummus and one's a classic hummus. And we'll start with the sweet potato hummus. We baked the sweet potato prior to this event. Peeled sweet potato. I'm just going to start with that and put about a medium large size sweet potato. What I did is rinse a can of garbanzo beans, chickpeas, and I'm adding that to the hummus. About 3 tablespoons or almost a 1/4 cup of tahini, which is ground sesame seeds. Does anyone make hummus on their own? We got some hummus makers. Yeah, so great. A little bit of olive oil. And then this is just fresh squeezed lemon. Lemon juice. A little bit of salt, a little bit of ground cumin, and some garlic. We'll blend that up and have some hummus to add to. There's a variety of medical schools now teaching culinary medicine. So actually teaching medical students to get into the kitchen and cook and then talk about how do you apply it practically. And it is probably, it's the most fun class you can take in med school, and it's definitely the most delicious class you can take in medical school. And it's really, we know from studies that if someone is to explore their own nutrition or exercise or do any of these lifestyle modalities, they were far more likely to apply them clinically and help more people access these things. So that's sort of the foundation of it. Our particular class has 8 weeks, different topics each week, different parts of sort of culinary parts of the world, different flavor, different types of foods each week, and then we have medical students, nursing students, social workers, registered dietitians, very interdisciplinary, and really try to promote and push forward these team-based care for people in medicine. And so that's all really been a lot of fun. I'm going to add a little cumin in this, and then we just blend this right up. And I'll throw in a little fresh garlic. All right. All right. One quick loud noise here, and we'll be ready to go. See how. Okay, and we'll just. You know, and I often will do this with, I'll throw a beet in the oven and do beet hummus instead of sweet potato hummus, or edamame. Give it a little color. There's a little fresh parsley, which, you know, really we talk a lot about eating the colors of the rainbow. So every time you add a different color, you have different phytonutrients, different properties that help build health, decrease inflammation, are more antioxidant, and have a different chemical makeup of the fiber. And every time we change the fiber that we're eating, we're feeding more different microbes in our microbiome. And what we do know about the microbiome is that the more biodiverse it is, the more resilient the human health is. And so in prevention, we really think about, and the biggest impact we have on our microbiome is how varied our food is. And so thinking about eating the colors of the rainbow, varying the types of fruits and vegetables you're eating can really contribute to that microbiome and biodiversity. And why don't we have people come through and
come on there and check it out.
And you can take some of this. And while people are doing that, I'm going to throw the second hummus in. Similar thing. I'm doing it, except for the sweet potato. I'm going to just put everything back in, and it'll be a standard hummus. Hummus and salad dressing are the two things that have kind of changed my culinary world. It's like I would never buy them store-bought anymore. Right, versus adding one vegetable a day.
About sugar and sugar alternatives, and cancer. Sugar and cancer. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we do know that cancer is regulated by our immune system, and it's we have the natural killer cells that go out and scan for cancer, and we could develop cancer at any point, but we have an immune system that defends for us, and when our immune system's out of whack, it may not work as well. And sugar fuels an inflammatory response of the immune system. So I think it's somewhat related that way, but inflammation in the body creates all kinds of chronic diseases, from cardiovascular disease to cancer. And so it depends what studies you look at, but some will say sugar is significantly worse than artificial sweeteners, but there's less data on the artificial sweeteners. So I don't recommend artificial sweeteners to anybody. I have a feeling we're going to find more and more out about that. Stevia seems to be less inflammatory or something, but I still feel like we're going to just learn more. But sugar fuels inflammation, and it potentially is fueling cancer. So
So a low inflammation diet would have no sugar? Little sugar?
no highly processed added sugar. So, yes, there's sugar in fruit. There's sugar in, sugar is a carb. The more, if you, and usually when I help people lower their inflammatory burden from food, I go with pure maple syrup or honey or something that also has some phytonutrients in it and a little bit of fiber. But it's more whole. It's closer to what you would find in nature than something that's been stripped of any and all of that and just used for the sweetness of it. And I just want to thank this community for having Less Cancer be here. And every year we come back to Traverse City, I'm like, we are so lucky to be here, Bill. These people are really engaged and a real model for other communities in the country. I just think it's a really special place. Yeah, please come have some more. Thanks. Thanks.